Okay, so what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be installing a new stereo in this car. This is my brother's 1966 Caprice. He has a Custom Autosound, kind of like the one I put in the Cadillac. Same one I got in my Impala. But it fits in the original spot in the dash. But it has Bluetooth. It's a USA 740. 740 is the one I recommend. It has Bluetooth. But this car, as of right now, still has the factory stereo in it. I just took the knobs off of it. But anyway, I'm gonna have to take this bezel out to get to it because it's in a this car's an air-conditioned car, so it's got all kinds of junk in the way. So I'm thinking if I take the bezel out, I'll be able to get to the radio. But anyway, that's what we're doing. We're also going to be replacing the dash speaker with a new Kenwood from also our classic car stereo. I think might be where it came from. But they make the ones that fit in the same spot in the dash as the original. But hopefully I can access all that stuff easy once I take this apart, because looking up from the bottom, you cannot access it at all from the bottom side on this car. Not easily. Okay, so I was going to show what I'm going to be putting in. This is USA 740 from Custom Autosound. It might have been bought from Classic Car Stereos, I want to say. And then in the back is going to be 6x9s Pioneers. They're 700 watts. They're very good. That's what's in my Cadillac. And then in the front, I bought this from the same place as the stereo. And it replaces the one in the dash, and it comes with a bracket and some speaker wires. It's Kenwood speakers, and you can get different upgrades on those, but all together this should sound a lot better than, well, right now it has no radio. Right now it has a factory radio, and I don't even think it probably works at all. But he had a radio hanging under the dash before we put the center console and everything in this car. And it looked very bad the way they had installed it, so we're going to put this one in. It's going to take the place of this one in the dash. And the first thing I'm going to do is start taking this dash apart. I'll have to take this insert out probably. It's a big pain in the butt, but it's really, I think it's the only way you can get to that area. Alright, so I'm taking the screws out that's up under the bottom here. I'm taking the screws out that's under the bottom of this part right here. And I've also got to take loose the ones over here. I'm going to take out this whole section here, the whole black section. You got to take the glove box out first. There's 3 screws there. And the whole thing comes out. And it's kind of a pain, but I don't know any other way to do it. Okay, so after I took loose all the bolts on the other side here, this whole bezel's come loose. I'm going to try not to take the whole thing out. I may have to. But right now I'm just trying to access this area with the speaker here and with the stereo. And I got to disconnect the stereo, get it out of the way, replace the speaker, and we'll see if I can do that with this piece in place. If I don't, I'm going to have to take loose the speedometer and the harness that goes to the circuit board. So I wanted to show what's holding the radio in on the back. There's a bolt back here bolted to the back of the radio, and it appears to be the only thing that's holding up the back end of the radio, so I'm going to take it loose. And it is a It takes a 3/8 socket to fit on it. Alright, so I took that screw out at the back and the knobs out on the front, and there's a plug here which was plugged where the radio was plugged in. I unplugged it, and that was it. That's all we had. Radio came out, and now I can get access to the area where the speaker goes, and I can put the new speaker in. You can see there's a, memory serves me right, it's held in by just that screw at the back there. So the original radio harness is very simple. It's got the 2 wires for this speaker, and this is a normal, probably the cheap AM radio. It's got 2 speaker wires, a ground which is black, and a hot wire which is yellow. And I imagine it's an accessory hot wire where you got to have the key on for it. And that's all it had to the original radio at all. So I just thought I would add that in. Okay, so there's 1 screw holding this speaker in the dash, and it's that screw right there at the back. And I imagine it takes the same 3/8 head that has the same 3/8 head that the one that holds the radio in is. I'm going to take it loose now. Alright, here's what the original speaker looks like. Terrible condition. Pretty much what you would expect. Every one I've ever taken out looks like that. That's what it was. I guess it's going in the trash now. I don't know what else to do with it. It's trash. Okay, so I just wanted to show that I got that speaker installed in the dash. And it goes roughly under the speaker grill of the old one. And it's got 1 bolt that holds it on and 2 that holds it on to the piece here, and you just tighten it up tight as you can get, because you know it'll be vibrating. And but I think it's going to be fine. So I got the speaker wires here. So the next thing I'm going to do is pull out the stereo and see what I can find. Alright, so unboxing the stereo, I pulled it out of the box. This is what I got. It's all in a bag there. Got the knobs here. Bluetooth microphone. Comes with the cables like this, which is nice, so you can wire it in without having the radio hanging there, and then you just plug it into the back of the radio. It's got a USB drive on it, the USB port, so you can play music off of anything you got there, flash drive. Then of course your microphone plugs into that one, antenna plugs into that one. And that's what you got. Alright, your wiring harnesses are labeled. Power antenna is this blue one, which we don't have on this car. Amp controller is blue with a white stripe. We're not going to use that either. Red is accessory key switch, so that's when your key switch is on, your radio's on. And then black is ground. And then battery positive is yellow, so that's all the time power. That's so it saves your memory and all that. And then your speaker wires, you know, you got front, back, left, right, positive and negative on all 4 of them. So that's pretty simple. So wiring this thing up is simple, just like any other radio. Alright, so got the radio installed. The wiring was very simple, like all car stereos are. This is what it looks like installed. You can change from Bluetooth to radio to whatever you got. Right now it's on a radio station. It sounds really good. I'm going to try to play something that y'all can hear. I got the Bluetooth microphone up here. Don't know how well it's going to work in this car. This car's so loud. But if you got a really loud car, it's hard to talk on Bluetooth, obviously. But I'm very happy with it. The installation went really easy. Hardest part was taking the dash front out, and if you got one of these cars, you probably had it out anyway if you're working on the speedometer or any of the gauges or anything. But there's a bunch of screws in there, and it just takes time. You got to take your time. But anyway,
you know what?
You stink. What if you're going on a trip? Cleaning supplies or a vacuum cleaner.
Another winner is
Lies in the vacuum.
Christmas music? Try 102.9 The Lake. Here at the Fox, we say no more.
The line must be drawn here. This one.
Anyway, the radio sounds good. I can't really play. If I put any real music on here, they won't allow me to play it on YouTube. But it plays good. The sound quality is good. It's, to me, as loud as you want to have. Got it in both my cars. Now this is my brother's car, his '66 Caprice. Got it installed in it. Hope this helps somebody. The radios, the only thing that I would say is a negative about these radios is you only got two knobs to do a bunch of different functions. So you put this thing right there, you turn this back knob and you go from aux to radio, Bluetooth, and if you plug in USB, you got that also. You change your stations just by skipping like that. And that's all there is to it. It's pretty good upgrade for an old car. I mean, the other downside I would say is it doesn't look completely original, but the good thing is it doesn't bust up your dash. It fits in the original hole. I've seen a lot of people trash these 66s by cutting a big hole out in them and all that, trying to fit those old 90s stereos in there. But this stereo fits good. It fits in all they make it for most every application. There's probably some that they don't, but anyway, hope this helps somebody. Please like and subscribe. The dash in the speaker sounds good also, by the way. And you can't, when it's all wrapped up, you don't see anything. You look down through the crack and you might see the speakers, but who cares about that, right? All right. Please like and subscribe. Hope this is a good video for somebody. All right, thank you.
Please like and subscribe.